Hi all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the Unit 13, Subsection 4 of Mmpc 009. In last session, we covered till 13.3. So, it's standardization and variety reduction. Okay, so what is standardization? It's a process of formulating and applying rules for an orderly approach to a specific activity for the benefit and with the cooperation of all concerned, in particular for the promotion of optimum overall economy, taking due account of functional condition and the safety requirements. So that is standardization. It's a process, and a standard is defined as a model or general agreement of a rule established by authority, consensus, or custom created and used by various levels of interest. And for instance, an individual may be the starting point of using standard, and then his department will use the standard to suit its needs. And the FAME may similarly prepare by consulting different departments a standard for guiding the activities. Related industries in the industry group may also prepare industry standards. And at the national level, by consulting manufacturers, scientists, users, and the government departments, national standards are evolved. Such national standards lead to the evolution of international standards, and the standard could cover a variety of industries such as engineering, textile, chemical, pharmaceutical, agriculture, as also education. And the topic covered under standard can include purchase contract, forms, sampling, testing, and safety measures, etc. So, in the context of materials, we are already aware of use of standards for specifying the item, especially for purchase purpose. And market gauges, commercial standard, and performance specification are the popular example of wide range application of standardization. And the standardization enables the material manager to achieve overall economy and ensures interchangeability of parts. And with the standardization, more than one manufacturer can supply, and this will imply better availability, better price, and better delivery. And standardization also implies routinizing purchase efforts, less stock, and hence less obsolete item. And it also means less inspection efforts. As a matter of fact, many organizations do not check routine item bearing ISI mark in a very detailed manner, and but resort to inspection of only a small fraction of item. And it is also impossible to enter into rate or running contract with standard items. And this facility the production planning and economic load sizing at a supplier's end. And the process of standardization logically leads to simplification of variety reduction, and this implies reducing unnecessary varieties and standardizing to the most economical size, grades, shape, color, type of parts, and so on. And in large organization handling lack of item, it is quite impossible that there are several items having very little variations in quality, dimension, or functional effectiveness. The item can be analyzed for their frequency of usage over the past few years. Such a frequency or movement or analysis would bring out items which are seldom used or not used at all. And on the basis of this analysis, the organization could get the standards to replace these items. And the process of standardization and variety reduction can be summarized as follows. Prepare the list of all items used to make the final product. The list can be made out of the design blueprint in case the product design is just over but production has not started, or from the actual record of consumption in case the product is in production. And classifying the item according to their performance or functions and dimensional characteristics. Group the item with similar functional characteristics and then subgroup according to major dimension values. And for a group of items with similar functional characteristics, study the dimensional features. In case of large number of items, several items with the same or similar functional requirements are likely to show the dimension clustered in a very close vicinity, and analyze the effect on performance of item if all item are made to the most representative value of the dimension, and if the performance characteristics are within satisfactory zone, these items are produced of the same dimension. It may be noted that this is a very important step in variety reduction. Next is check from the national or international standards if there is already a dimension existing equal to the most representative dimension found after analysis in the previous step. And if such a dimension is found, the item can be deemed as standardized. And if an exact dimension is not found, select the closest dimension and study again the performance of all items in the group around this dimension. And if a performance is acceptable, the item has been standardized according to national or international standard. If the performance is not satisfactory, organization will adapt a local standard, the dimension being of the representative value. And in addition to the dimensional and performance characteristics of materials, standardization concepts are equally meaningful for the forms, procedures, and reports, etc., in relation to purchase, store, and even planning activities. And benefit of standardization: the important benefits are standardization help reduce inventory item, increasing efficiency, and it helps in evolving better means of communication, common standard for weights and measures and traffic signal, etc., ensure better communication in our world of innumerable different cultures and languages, and it ensures interchangeability and thereby convenience to use various products, plug and sockets, batteries and bulbs of different brand are interchangeable, and it aimed to ensure safety of human life. A helmet is an example of personal protective equipment, and standards also aim to protect health. Standard of the infant milk food and infant formula ensure that there are adequate nutrients for optimal growth of the child, and in standards for food product, limits are set for element injuries to health. Standards have been developed to safeguard the environment from pollution by prescribing limits for toxic emission from industries and automobiles. And hallmarking on gold and silver ornaments effectively arrest the fraud and forgery on the making and sales of previous jewelry. And the specification of item can be more clearly spelled out and making quality control fair. And in a developing economy like ours, where the need is to promote export, insistent on standard helps in creating confidence in the international market. And with the standardization also come overall economy reduction in cost, minimization of human effort, and conservation of essential material. By using national standards, it is easier to locate source of supplies, and in the case of machine parts, the replacement can be obtained easily, and it could also be used in advertising for the product as well as spare parts. An effective step has been have been taken in a number of organizations in India for cost reduction in the number of stores items, and the aim of standardization should be to have uniform standards for similar item, and the standard involved should take cognizance of the indigenous availability of the material to maximum extent possible. And with this broad national objective in view, Bureau of Indian Standard, that is BSI, has developed and promoted more than 20,000 standards covering raw material, component, and finished product by the end of the year 2021. And the disadvantages of standardization: the following are the disadvantages. First one is change of public taste or liking. Fashion and trend may seriously affect a company producing only standardized product range, and it reduces the variety of products to be offered to the consumed, and the workers feel bored and fed up doing the same routine again and again if too much standardization is enforced. And the process of product development is hampered due to monotony and non-flexibility of the product range. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of standardization. So this is all about unit 13, and summary of this unit is here. And organization deal with a large number of materials with a varying degree of characteristics in terms of size, shape, price, physical and chemical properties, sources of supply, modes of handling, user department, that is destination, and accounting procedures, etc. And in addition, there are several departments of the organization which required only the information about the material, example design engineering, production scheduling, etc. And in order to meet these complex requirements, the item need to be classified properly. And often an item would require a very long description to get uniquely and adequately identified. Using number and alphabets with the appropriate meaning, the description can be reduced to 6 to 13 digit, and this helps in easy retrieval of information and data processing. And several aspects of the codification have been discussed for the readers and users to follow a standard system or to enable to design on system. And several items with a similar functional and dimensional characteristics can be grouped to a single dimension, and other technical characteristics with the negligible loss of functional requirement through the standardization. This helps in reduction of variety of items in the store, and this concept of standardization is well suited for standardization of things beyond materials such as process, inspection procedure, form, chart, report, etc. And the standardization also makes the users aware of the performance expected from the product. Okay. So that's about summary and keyword section. If you feel any words are difficult, you just refer here. You will get the explanation. And the self-assessment questions are here. It is most important. Please try to do it. It will help you for your term and examination. Okay. So only few questions are there. And like assignment, it's also important. Okay. And in between any doubts, you can contact us anytime. So this is all about this unit, and one more unit is there in Mmpc 009 that we will cover in within 2 days. And for more MBA series, you just do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignoumba MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 217 885.